Hello, this is Bill Steffen. Thanks so much for joining me. Boy, we had a great day on Tuesday, wasn't it? Mostly sunny skies, just a few clouds around, especially late in the day. We had a little bit of cloud cover come in, but really nice day. I was watching the orchard across the street from me. They're hauling apples out of there, and they were carting out a semi truck full of apples about every hour. And they're beautiful. They really are, despite the dry weather we've had. They're not absolutely huge, but they are gorgeous. And I'm going to pick up some apples, many different varieties, many new varieties, including a couple new ones this year. Okay, we're in the middle of October already. Here's a look at some high temperatures here from Tuesday. Coldwater, the warmest at 74. Look down on the bottom. Munising up in the UP was just 51 for an afternoon high temperature. It was a little cooler at Lake Michigan. You can see Ludington, Holland Beach, Muskegon Beach, South Haven Lighthouse, temperatures there in the mid 60s in the afternoon. Inland areas were mostly in the low 70s, Grand Rapids peaking at 71. And you can see a picture of the channel. Not many boats going in and out today, but beautiful blue water there near Lake Michigan. Look at our sunrise and sunset time. We continue to lose daylight. Sun now sets before 7 o'clock in the evening, 11 hours and 3 minutes of daylight. Average high and low have dipped another one. The average high temperature now is 61. So we were 71 yesterday. It was 10 degrees warmer than normal with the sunshine. Record high temperature 85, set 3 times, 1897. That should be, there should not be a 3 at the end there. 1899 and 1947. Record low 23 in 1944. And look at the picture there. That's the South Haven. It's one of those magical days where the water kind of blends into the sky. The haze that's over the water there, about the same color as the lake was. And so it's kind of neat to see that. All right, the lake forecast for the day today, I think will be out of the north at around 10 to 15 knots. Waves should be increasing to about 1 to 2 feet. And there's your temperatures, water temperatures, Reed's Lake inland at 66 degrees. Nice picture of the Holland Beach there, and there were a few people there, but not very many on what was a beautiful day to be going for a walk down by the water. We're going to take time out and thank one of our sponsors, Ace Hardware Handyman. Here it goes.
When your home needs help, you might not know where to start. Why not ask Ace? We're always here to help with Ace Handyman Services. Our talented craftsmen handle everything from drywall and carpentry to doors and kitchens. We're the neighbors you trust to get the job done right. Let's get started. Book your handyman appointment today. Ace Handyman Services, bringing helpful to your home.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
We have a half moon in the sky now, and as we head through the rest of the week, that will become a crescent moon, and eventually next week, the crescent moon will appear in our evening sky. Taking a look at the severe weather outlook. First of all, severe weather here during the day on Tuesday. It was really interesting. All the severe weather's been in Arizona and California. They actually had a severe thunderstorm watch for Los Angeles. You don't see that very often. But 2-inch diameter hail fell at Apache Junction, Arizona. Winds topped 60 miles an hour in Phoenix and topped 70 miles an hour at Arizona State University. There were 142 reports of tree damage in the Los Angeles area. Some of those are just limbs down, but they don't have a ton of big trees there. But a line of convection, which is mainly showers with an occasional flash of lightning, moved through Southern California, and a lot of places picked up wind gusts of around 50 to even as much as 60, 65 miles an hour. Nothing like that for us. We will stay dry here for most of the day today. We'll take a look at the severe weather outlook area for this Wednesday. And today, I think we'll be seeing just an isolated thunder shower with some gusty winds, South Dakota, down into parts of northeast Colorado, and then down into the mountainous areas of New Mexico. No storms expected here in Michigan, though there could be a sprinkle or very light shower during the morning. And then for Thursday, about the same story. We're going to be seeing again on Thursday, just a little bit of a marginal risk area there, eastern Colorado, western Kansas. No storms in Michigan. The UP could see an isolated thunder shower, but very little lightning expected with this next system coming in. On we go. Taking a look at the 66. Oh, first of all, the rainfall in California. Look at this. This is an area that's a desert or semi-desert. They get some rain in the winter, but usually not in early October like this. Burbank and UCLA over 2 inches, almost 2 inches at Van Nuys. The Hearst Castle, anybody been there? 1.77 inches. Downtown LA had an inch and a quarter, and Santa Monica 1.14 inches. It was pretty widespread with even some of the desert areas picking up over a quarter of an inch. That's a good rainfall for them. 66-hour rainfall map looks like this. We've got rain falling from the mountains of California, lingering shower down towards San Diego, I see. More rain for New Mexico and up toward western Nebraska. There'll be some rain in Minnesota, northern Iowa, and Wisconsin. And if we zoom into Michigan, you can see that there'll be just a little bit of very light rain north of Grand Rapids. This is mainly overnight tonight. And then again, perhaps during the day on Friday, late in the day. But the most likely time for us to see rain is going to be over the weekend, Saturday and on Sunday. All right, the tropics, and the tropics remain very, very quiet. We have one tropical storm in the Atlantic, that is Lorenzo. It's not going to amount to too much. It's not going toward land area. In fact, if we take a look at the path of Lorenzo, that is moving off toward the north. And then finally, Lorenzo's path will take us to the northeast. So really not much going on. There it is, where it says S, that's a tropical storm, wind gusts over 40 miles an hour. D means less than 40 miles an hour. And so that's really not much. And you can see how narrow the path is there. All right, we'll go to the Eastern Pacific Ocean next. And we have about a 60% chance that X will develop into Tropical Storm Sonia. And that will scoot along the Mexican coast, probably giving them some rain and maybe a day with gusty winds. And once again, it will likely pump moisture up into the desert southwest of the United States, as all of these storms have been doing here. And we finally go out to the Western Pacific Ocean, which is normally crowded with tropical activity in September and early October. Not much going on. We have nothing in the Indian Ocean. In fact, a lot of areas are sunny. Look at how sunny most of Australia is. We have 96W, which is not doing much of anything right now. And if I can get close here, Nakri, that's sheared out with the stronger winds there. It is losing its punch and moving away from Japan, just becoming a windy low pressure center that's heading toward northwestern North America. Okay, headlines, partly to mostly sunny for this afternoon. It may be cloudy early today, and there may be a sprinkle or two of rain left around, but nothing major. I think we'll see sunshine and dry weather here on Thursday. That should be a good day to be outside. An isolated shower Thursday night and Friday, but the best bet for showers will be over the weekend. Could be a thunder shower mixed in with that as well. We haven't had much rain over the weekends here of late, and this system looks pretty certain for us here. Taking a look at some high temperatures here across the area today. I think we'll see readings up into the low to mid 60s, so a little cooler than it was yesterday. Winds will be out of the north, and humidity levels drop to about 50% during the afternoon, but pretty nice day. And keep in mind, our average high temperature is 61, so 63 is 2 degrees warmer than average. Other high temperatures across the state of Michigan today, our map with the green on it shows readings in the low 60s in most inland areas. With a northeast wind, it'll be about the same temperature at the lake. Water temperatures of the lake water are about the same as the air temperatures here. You can see up north in northern lower Michigan, temperatures will reach the upper 50s and mid 50s along the Lake Superior shoreline. And then we move ahead to Thursday. Temperatures warm up 3 or 4 degrees maybe if we're lucky. 65 Grand Rapids, 65 South Haven. Look for temperatures to reach the upper 60s toward the Indiana border. 65 Traverse City matches Grand Rapids, and up in the UP, you got temperatures up there close to 60 during the afternoon. Out 5 days, here's what the forecast looks like. Again, a pretty nice afternoon, chance of a sprinkle early. Cool start to the day on Thursday, 40 for the city, but outlying areas will be in the mid to upper 30s. Really cool spots like Leota and Baldwin will likely reach the freezing mark Thursday morning. Just a 20% chance of a shower Friday, but the best bet for rain over the weekend, I've got 70% for Saturday and 60% on Sunday. And beginning Sunday, it turns a little cooler. But boy, there's no sign of any really cold air coming our way, though there is some out there in the Northern Hemisphere. It's just not coming here. Taking a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, which takes us into the last week of October, you can see, again, most of the country with above average temperatures, especially in the upper Midwest. And taking a look at the rainfall map that goes along with it out to 8 days, will be below average, as will much of the country. There'll be more scattered showers and storms in the southeast and east, and also in the Pacific Northwest, remnants of Western Pacific hurricanes providing some rain there as well. So pretty good forecast to pass along. It's been a pretty nice fall so far weather-wise to be outdoors. Hey, today, the Anishinaabe Culture Day is going on at the Grand Rapids Public Museum. They were the original people of this place. Special storytelling performances and activities throughout the day, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I'm kind of a history guy, and daughter number 3 here that occasionally does these presentations with me is a history major. So it's nice to go to look back in time and see what things are like and the contributions that these people have made to West Michigan. So again, Culture Day shaping up here at the Grand Rapids Public Museum, 9 to 3. Okay, this future U.S. president and his wife Betty were married at Grace Episcopal Church, oh, I know this one, in Grand Rapids, Michigan on October 15, 1948. That would be Jerry and Betty Ford. And I don't know if I'd mentioned this before. I have Jerry Ford's autograph. In fact, I think I have it in more than one place because we worked, when I first got here to Grand Rapids in 1974, I worked with the Boy Scouts quite a bit. And so did Jerry in his spare time, which of course he didn't have much of in 1974. But very nice wedding for Jerry and Betty there at Grace Episcopal Church. Okay, on we go. Let's see what's next on our list here. The first episode of this sitcom aired October 15th, 1951. That was the year I was born. It was the most watched show in 4 of its 6 seasons. The show featured the antics of a redheaded lead and her best friend Ethel as they tried to make it in show business. And husband Desi was a band leader. Desi Arnaz was actually from Cuba. The show was I Love Lucy, and we did at the time. The country really fell in love with her and her kids and her family, and Desi trying to hold it together. Desi and Lucy were very astute business people and made a good chunk of money in everything from real estate to capitalizing on contracts they did with their show. So very interesting. All right, let's go on now and take a look at our next slide. This is another one of those slides, these beautiful slides where the color of the water is about the same as the color of the air. Isn't that kind of interesting? So it kind of looks like the pier is just kind of floating in the air maybe a little bit, except for the reflections in the water. But the water fairly calm there. You can see the pier light over there on the other side of the channel and the lighthouse here at South Haven. And like I said, there's a weather station on that lighthouse, and that reports back in. They have electricity running out there to the light. Obviously, that's how they can get the lights lit out there. 68 degrees on the beach Monday. It was a beautiful day, and we thank Bradley Taylor for that wonderful picture there. And we have more pictures to share with you. This is from Matt Rogers, sunrise in Mackinac Monday morning. And isn't that beautiful? We had a great time when we were up there. I've been up there now twice with my daughters and my wife, and we've just had a great time. We've probably been to Mackinac Island 5 times maybe since I've lived here. Stayed on the mainland, stayed on the island a couple of times. It's just been a delightful trip, and we were fortunate to hit good weather. I mean, we planned these vacations well in advance, so I can't really take a whole lot of credit for picking good weeks, but it's hard to miss the way this year is going. We've just had so many nice days. And again, it's neat to see that picture because the sun is below the horizon, and yet where the clouds are, the sun is coming up and shining on the underneath of the clouds there and giving it that red color. Red at night, sailor's delight. Red at morning, sailor take warning. So we'll see what happened that day. Another picture to share with you comes from John Doherty. These are mid-level clouds, probably about 10,000 feet above the ground or a couple of miles. And they can travel at a pretty fast pace depending on the airflow at the time, but beautiful picture. And you can see off to the right side, we've got, looks like a tree over there, and on the left side as well. So very nice picture, John. Thank you for that. And one more from John Scully, and no bones about it. This is a good picture. This is Gary and John's doing for Lakeshore Drive on your way to Muskegon. They do this every year. So if you were driving by Lakeshore Drive, you can see the skeleton crew that's out there. Little joke. The skeleton goes into a bar and goes up to the bartender and says, "Give me a beer and a mop." Just hits me as funny. Okay. All right. We thank John Scully for these skeletons, and I hope they've been enjoying this beautiful weather. We have one more picture here. That's quite a troop. That's a lot of work to put that together. My goodness, they store all of that, perhaps. I mean, they can't really go out and get new skeletons every year, but very interesting. So if you're driving by Lakeshore Drive there, check it out. All right, I think we've come to the end. Are we going to see some snow? We are going to see some snow. That's my picture from July 22 north of Lake Louise, where it was snowing pretty heavily on our trip to the Canadian Rockies with holiday vacations. We got a new one of those, by the way, coming up in April. We'll be sharing with people on TV, doing a few spots. We'll be heading to London, Paris, and Normandy next mid to late April. So mark your calendar for that and check it out. Some of you may want to consider that. Head on vacation with me, and we'll take a look at Northwest Europe. Have yourself a great day, everybody. Thanks for watching.